Okay, for the pasta you're going to bring about 2 quarts of water to a rolling boil. You're going to add about a tablespoon of salt. And then you're going to add the pasta or the macaroni right in. And you're going to let it boil for approximately 12 to 16 minutes. Okay, give it a quick stir and then let it go. Once it's cooked, and again you're cooking it al dente if you're going to go into the oven. If you're not going to go into the oven, just cook it all the way through. Okay, then you're just going to go ahead and strain it. Just like that. And then once you strain it, you can begin making your sauce. For the cheese sauce, you're going to need butter, flour, dry mustard, milk, a mixture of Jack and sharp cheddar cheeses, and then you're going to need salt and pepper to taste, and then the bacon. Okay, first thing you want to do is get your bacon cut it into small little pieces. What I like to do is I actually like to stack them and roll them just like this, so you get a little more out of it. Instead of putting them in strips, you got them just like this, and then just cut the other way. And you have your bacon. Set it aside. Then you're going to get your bacon. Place it in a pot and cook it off until nice and crispy, but watch it closely because it does burn fast. It carries over really fast. So watch over it, don't leave it, stand over it. Okay, after the bacon is cooked, you could either use the bacon fat for your roux by adding the flour if you want more of a bacon flavor, or you could discard it. So I'm just going to go ahead and discard it because we're using butter. So we'll just put the bacon into one. And we get the fat into another container. We'll go ahead and use the same pot. We'll get a little bit more bacon flavor in there. Okay, so you're going to go ahead and add your butter in. Now be very careful with your butter. Don't let it burn, otherwise you're going to ruin your whole sauce. So melt it slowly. It's got a low smoking point. Just like that. Once it melts, then you can add your flour to it. But don't let it burn. Okay. Adding our flour. So this is going to be our roux. This is what's going to thicken your sauce. Just like that. This should be really easy here. Okay, once you get your roux made, you're going to add a little bit of mustard in there. That'll give it a nice sharpness to it. And then you'll add your milk. Here's where you have to also stay over it as well. Make sure you stay right over it because the milk is going to get bottom heavy. And if you let it simmer, it's could potentially burn. So watch over it closely. You're going to have to raise your flame up a little bit. So then in order for a roux to thicken, it must be to at least a simmer. Watch over it closely. I raised the temperature flame up a little. At this point you could use a whisk to kind of break down any of the flour bits that might be in there. This will begin to thicken. Once it does that, you could add your cheese and then salt, pepper to taste. Okay, so as you can see here, this is after about 3 minutes of simmering. It's already thickened up. Okay, so if you are going to go in the oven, you may go ahead and put the cheese and get it into the pan right away. If you're not, then you got to let it simmer for at least 3 minutes. You want to cook out the starch and the flour. So watch this closely. Again, it could burn on the bottom if you're not careful. We'll add the cheeses in. We've got the jack and the cheddar. At this point I could use a whisk. Lower your flame a little. And then again, here you go. You got this beautiful cheese sauce. Also, milk thickened with the roux is called a bechamel, which is one of the 5 mother sauces. Okay, season with salt, pepper. Make sure you taste. And there you go. Turn it off, add your cheese, mix it in, got this nice beautiful cheese sauce here, nice and cheesy, and then you're going to place your bacon. You could also place some more on the top for a topping. I'm going to add all this in. And there you go. Now we're going to go into a pan. Just like that. And there you go. Then we're going to go ahead and put the breadcrumbs on top. We want to also hit it with a little bit of oil just so that those breadcrumbs get nice and crusty. Okay, then you're going to go ahead and add your breadcrumbs to the top. You'll be using panko. This is just fresh breadcrumbs. You could also use Parmesan, a mixture of Parmesan and breadcrumbs. That really gives it a nice good taste and a nice crusty texture. So we have the Italian seasoning in here, and then you want to hit it with a little olive oil on the top, or vegetable oil or butter. You can actually mix it in if you'd like. Okay, then you're going to go into the oven at 350 degrees, or you can put it under the broiler and broil it and just literally just get the brown nice and golden brown. And here is the finished product: baked macaroni and cheese with bacon.